The message you're trying to get across is going to be freedom, but when you do, the question to ask everyone is, do you now feel free? It's very interesting because what they've done is when I pulled the tarot cards, they laid it out in sections, almost in stages. This is what you came to do. This is how it started. This is how you're progressing. This is where you are now, and this is what you're seeing in the future. And I was amazed at how every single card that I pulled had to do with the same thing. Sometimes you think, oh, this works, and sometimes it doesn't work. Every card worked. So they're telling me that this is important for people to hear, especially now. They're saying now is the time. This must be heard now, because it's very important that we know that we have freedom of movement. Freedom of life is the most important thing. And the freedom is you are free to do whatever you choose to do in life, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You may get pushback, you may get people that don't like you because you're going your path, but to go your pathway. So it's important that I get this to you. We're getting caught up on the human side, not our souls, because the souls understand this when they come here. But the problem is when we come to this realm, we don't know why we're here, because if we did remember why we're here, we would cease to learn other lessons. We would say, well, I'm here to learn this, this, and this, and that's what I'll do, and then I'm on my way back. But you don't, because along the way, you learn other lessons. Sometimes they attach, they're a part of that main lesson you're gonna learn, and sometimes they're just absolutely new lesson that you've learned, and you get back and say, oh, wow, that's one I can cross off my list. One person asked me why they would come to Earth if they knew they were coming to do some harm to another person. And what I got was, yeah, they know it there. They know they're coming to this realm. They know it's for, let's say, abuse, but they don't know which side they're on. They don't know if they're going to be the abuser or the abusee. And if they knew that when they got here, or if they knew that while they were living, there's no way they would do harm to a member of their soul family. It just wouldn't happen. So they would not learn that lesson. So when you get to Earth, you forget these lessons and you learn them as you go along. What they're saying right now is we're getting caught up in doing what other people want us to do, doing what we're told to do. Sometimes it's in the government, sometimes it's in the work you're doing, sometimes it's your friends are telling you. We're getting caught up not following the freedom that we're here to do. And it's because of we're being bombarded in this society today. There's so much information out there. There's so many YouTube programs and multimedia and social media that we're being told how to think, when to think, and when to do it. And that's why they're bringing this message to me right now, saying you've got to get this across. You've got to help people understand that they don't have to follow that. They can follow their own way, and that's important. If you don't follow your path that you were put on here for, and you're going to be pulled in that direction, you're not going to learn the lesson you're here to learn. You're not going to be able to complete your tasks. So the freedom part is very big, they're saying, because that's the main choice. They said the main thing you're here to learn is freedom. And when they say, well, we're all free, no, freedom to love, freedom to think, freedom to choose who you want to choose, freedom to love a same-sex person. It's all freedom. You've just got to apply it properly. And they're saying we're not applying it. They're asking me to ask you, since you've taken on this belief and this way of living, how have you felt? And before that, when you were doing as others wanted you to do, how did you feel? They're trying to get me to put across, because they're saying, we're being bombarded by so much disinformation, we don't know what to believe. When I send you this, I think it's going to resonate with you, Glen. If they didn't grasp what I was saying, because maybe I didn't bring it across properly, or maybe it was confusing for them, when this comes to them, they will understand what I'm trying to say. The message you're trying to get across is going to be freedom, but when you do, the question to ask everyone is, do you now feel free? If this makes sense to you, you will understand what he's talking about. So, okay? The main thing that they want you to consider after we can get this to you is, do you now feel free?